Welcome back. It's straight up 7:25 on Thursday morning. Attorney Jim Higgins is back to discuss getting cheated on your paycheck. Now we got everyone's attention, specifically with overtime.
Yeah.
What's the deal?
I bet this is pretty common, too.
Yeah, it is common, and I don't know if it's the economy or what it is, but over the past few years, we see more and more of it, and we're representing more people on it. And we see a few common schemes, I guess you would say, and sometimes I truly think it's an innocent mistake, and sometimes it's not. A lot of times we'll see people what we call misclassified. They will pay someone a salary because there are people that are exempt from overtime. If you're an outside salesperson, if you're a professional, if you're administrative, then you don't get overtime. You just get a salary. Well, a lot of times we'll see cases where they will call someone that when they're really not, and they'll pay them a salary and work them 60, 70 hours a week, and it come to find out they have been due overtime that whole time.
How do employers think they can get away with this? It seems pretty obvious, like if you're paying attention as an employee that, you know, hey, I'm owed overtime. How do employers think they can get away with it?
I think eventually it comes back to them, and what happens normally is there's a separation. Either the person gets fired or they quit, and when that happens they say, hey, I think I've been cheated.
Yeah.
They are afraid to do it a lot of times, although they shouldn't because they're protected, to report it while they're working there. So usually I get it after they've been after the job's over with. Now, I'll tell you, there are some genuine disputes. One of the hottest cases, I guess you would say, that we're litigating right now, and it's litigating across the country, are pharmaceutical reps. They've always been classified as outside sales. And so we have several cases where we're pursuing it and saying, hey, they're not salespeople. They don't sell anything. All they do is go and present their materials to the doctor, so they should be getting overtime because those guys work tons of hours. The Second Circuit out in New York has agreed with us, and they said, yeah, you know what, they're due overtime. And so it's going to affect thousands of those employees, and it's going to be a significant amount of money.
Wow.
The Ninth Circuit has disagreed. Our circuit hadn't decided yet, so that's one that we're kind of in a fierce battle with right now. But the way it's shaping up, it's looking like all these people that haven't gotten overtime over the years are going to be able to go out and get it.
Oh my gosh.
That's really interesting.
It is. I just can't believe that. And, you know, like you said, thousands of people affected just in that one particular case. And that could mean, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars for these employers, you know, that they have been saving one way or another by not paying this overtime.
Right, right. You know, and I guess one thing about it is it's an industry that is well funded. I mean, they're fighting it hard. We're fighting with them hard, and they will have the resources to pay this overtime, and they should, because I mean, these people that we have, they eat lunch in their car on the way to one appointment, and they've got their BlackBerry on them 24/7, and so that's a group that's probably going to get it. The other thing we simply see is people working off the clock when they shouldn't be. Bosses will tell people, we're not paying your overtime unless it's pre-approved. And it's not true. If you work, you're entitled to your pay.
Yeah,
so
it's just simply not legal.
That's it.
All right.
All right.
Well, if we don't wrap it up here, we're going to be on overtime, too. It's always good to see you.
Thank you so much for coming in. Well, if you have questions for our legal eagles, contact the Higgins Firm at 1-800-705-2121 or online at thehigginsfirm.com.